Hi everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend, and I did. Mine wasn't too bad. Yesterday, there were a couple of people who wanted to ask me questions, and I did not realize that until when I came back to close the browser. So uh, please post your questions again when because today's Monday. The first half hour is politics. The second half hour is for I will answer personal questions. So I will be watching those who had questions yesterday and I didn't have a chance to answer. Okay? And I would like to remind everyone, if you would like a reading from me, please visit my website. You can make an appointment from there. It's psychicmilu.com, or you can send me an email at psychicmilu@aol.com. Uh, and also, once the hour is over, I am sorry if I don't answer the phone. The phone I use for this purpose, I don't use as my personal phone at all. So if I don't answer it after the hour is over, I don't mean, I'm sorry, but I just don't answer that phone. I rarely, if it rings, I answer it. Okay, sometimes I shut it off completely. So I'm not being rude. And the links to my website and my email address are below the video, where it says basic info for, well, I believe it says that there is an area under the video below, right below the title, where you will see my email address and and the address for my website. Click on those. Okay. And it seems like this week is going to be a continuation of last week, because like I believe it was Friday's video. I wrote that Trump went out too early celebrating. For some reason, I don't know why. A little while ago, I was thinking about what's to come in the next week or so, and it feels like to me this is about to get overwhelming for Trump, and it is having an accumulation effect. And I mentioned this yesterday. They were saying that he is not up to going out and campaigning for 2020. I feel there is more to this than they are letting us know, uh, because there are a couple of people in the race. Well, Bernie Sanders is older than Trump, and he's running around. I mean, I hope he slows down, because I don't want him to hurt himself. But and even Biden is older than Trump. Biden is jogging. In any event, Trump has some health issues that we are not aware of yet. I know I mentioned that before. Okay. When I heard that yesterday or the day before yesterday, I don't recall exactly when I heard it. That's what came to mind. And right before I came in, you know, sometimes when, somebody's name comes to mind and I will see a picture, and it's usually something that's going on in the person's life or something that is to come. As I sat down, it was maybe about 10, 15 minutes before I started streaming. I saw Barr sitting behind his desk. Somehow, there is an invisible hand that grabbed him by the back of his neck, not in a bad way. And I saw I didn't see the hand, but I could tell something is holding him from the back of his neck, like, from his shirt, and lifting him up from the behind that desk. I was surprised. I am wondering how long Barr is going to last in this position, because it feels like, to me, he's beginning to realize this is not what he bargained for. And from what I understand, I heard it in the news a little while ago, the people who usually help Trump pick his judges, I forget the name of that organization, they are the one who referred Barr to Trump. In any event, and as I was, in my mind, when I saw the picture of Barr being raised from behind the desk, I feel there are two camps at the Justice Department trying to figure out how to move forward next. There is a lot of confusion there. Barr is trying not to break the law. Yes, trying to cover up for Trump and whatever else. The other, like I said, there are two camps. We have the Trump camp, and the semi-DOJ camp. These guys are not really, that's Barr. And, he's there to manage or somehow find a way so that they can minimize Trump past misdeeds. That's what he's trying to do. I don't feel he's going to be successful at it, because if we notice, well, according to the polls, from what I understand, 50-something% of people don't believe Mueller exonerated Trump. So they are not sure. There's confusion on how to move forward from here, because they just went out. He took it upon himself, Barr that is, to clear Trump, or try to clear Trump. He did not expect him and Rosenstein. I'm not saying, Rosenstein is a bad guy. You got to be really smart to be able to navigate your way through what he went through. So I give him some credit, but I think there's something wrong with his personality as well. In any event, right now, they didn't expect the blowback they got, and they're still getting. And I feel it's going to get worse for Barr. Rosenstein may skip because he's trying to stay in the background. And the other thing I feel like saying, Barr does not want Rosenstein to leave, because he feels like Rosenstein is very familiar, or at least a lot more. He does the law, but Rosenstein is a lot more familiar with this whole Trump situation. And Rosenstein was the one who hired Mueller. So, and Barr feels like, well, there are two things here. It seems like he feels, since he knew Rosenstein from before, there's a history, so he can more or less count on Rosenstein. He trusts Rosenstein to a certain degree. But it feels like, to me, Barr, every day, he's trusting Trump less and less. And it is because Trump sometimes think Trump sometimes asks for things that are not legal. Barr doesn't want to go to jail. No, he feels like he has already uh, he's already paying a price for taking a chance and writing those 4 pages. Right now, he's trying to control how much damage or how much he's going to expose himself. That's what I feel when I touch with Barr. And Rosenstein doesn't want to carry any more water for Trump. But the Trump camp at DOJ, it feels like to me they're talking to people in Congress like Meadow and Jim Jordan, Graham, these people. There's a big plot, it feels like to me, going on behind the scenes on how they're going to try to save the Trump presidency. I don't feel it's going to work. I feel those guys are dreaming, in my opinion. But when you are in the fight, it is impossible to see clearly in front of you. I feel that's what's going on with them. But Barr is afraid. Barr feels like his reputation has taken a hit. And right now, he's not sure how long his name is going to stay in the news. And he's worried about his family, what kind of price his family is going to pay going forward. Barr has realized that being in the Trump administration is way worse than he could ever imagine because of the way Trump behaves. And also I was thinking about this, and that's what I feel is going to break that relationship, the relationship between Barr and Trump. I mean, don't be mistaken. Intuitively, I feel Trump has a very good idea of what's in the report. Barr briefed him early. And the people, the Trump close circles, okay? And they felt like when Barr did that there was a way Barr was going to be able to manage the situation and put Trump in the clear. It feels like to me every day it's becoming more and more to Barr, more and more obvious to Barr that situation is untenable. He's not going to be able to do it because the Democrats, it's only a matter of time. Yes, they're trying to push Barr and the trumpets, whatever we want to call them, are trying to delay. But the Democrats are pushing for everything they can get. Well, tomorrow or Wednesday, they're going to vote on subpoenas. They're going to be subpoenaing a lot of people, including the document. So there is a lot going on. But Barr right now is not as confident as he was before about helping Trump. Trump is asking him to basically cover things up. And I would not be surprised if that's what breaks the relationship between Barr and Trump. Because, and the other person I also feel is Rosenstein has had enough time to explain to Barr what's been, well, the reasons he felt he had to hire Mueller, and also what's been going on behind the scenes, the type of stuff that Trump is asking for. So now Barr has a very good understanding of where he stands. With that much information, you can get really confused when you're in a job such as Barr's. Being Attorney General and trying to cover up for a crooked president is not an easy job. No, I've never done it. I have no clue. But intuitively speaking, when I talk with these guys, they feel like they are between a rock and a hard place. They don't know how to get out right now. And that's going to it's gonna become obvious in the next week or so. And the Democrats are gonna take the fight to them, and Nancy Pelosi is backing them. This is gonna get pretty ugly for a little while. But the report, regardless of what the Republicans do, the report is going to come out and it's going to be explosive. And I wouldn't be surprised, like I just explained before, as I started getting into this, I saw a hand picking Barr up from behind the desk. You know what, those people, those important people, they have those huge desks. I see him sitting behind one of those, beautiful big desk. That's, mahogany maybe or something like that, some fancy furniture. Yes, I feel Barr, I would be surprised. I'm not quite sure. I just saw it. I'm like, okay, that's not what I was expecting. I was kind of taken aback when I saw that vision. So I wonder how long Barr is going to last in that position, or how long Trump turns on him. But it will be well deserved because he didn't go in. He went in with the intention of, yes, trying to protect Trump, but he put his foot into, he shot himself in the foot because he never took the time to sit back and analyze. All that was driving him was this sense of, he's a Republican, so he's got to defend his president, I guess. So now it's catching up with him. And I'm going to look at my sheet, and then I will answer some questions about what I just said, and then I will open the floor to personal questions or whatever questions everyone may have. The next question is the border. In Trump's mind, it's already done, but it feels like there are a lot of people behind the scenes that are telling him you are about to shoot yourself in the foot if you do this. It's not on his best interest, but Trump's goal is different from everyone else's. Trump is looking for something to remove the Mueller report from our minds and from the TV screen. So he's touching all the buttons that he possibly can to make that happen. So let's not I'm sure everyone listening and everyone in the chat room, they are very conscious of this. Let's hope the newspaper people realize that, and they don't drop the whole Mueller coverage, because it's just the anything that Trump does right now, like healthcare, he knew that was going to be big. Okay, he knows. He feels like, to me, he has a sheet that he has brainstormed with other people. They came up with a list of big things that will get coverage. So he's taking them one at a time. Okay, but the goal is to make us forget, and the news media it seems like it's falling for it. And the worst mistake they made was declaring Trump semi-exonerated, because they couldn't say he was fully exonerated, because since Mueller said he could not find evidence pro or con with Trump committing obstructions, which I think not Mueller, Barr. According to Barr, report, those 4 pages. And also he had to rewrite that. He backpedaled. I believe it was Saturday. So the next couple of weeks are going to be very interesting to watch how these people backpedal. It's not going to be funny. I mean, well, it will be. I'll be enjoying, but not to them. Okay. And let me see one more thing I feel I wanted to say. Yes. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I touched with Joe Biden about that controversy he's facing because I don't feel he's a pervert. Yes, he may be a little. Some people are like that. They don't realize it, and it's part of their personality. They're touchy and feely, and that's the way he is. And this day and age, you get yourself in major trouble. That's what I feel is happening to Biden, and that is not. He's not too encouraged about. Let's put it that way. The controversy that's going on between the woman, and in fact, I believe there are 2 women who came out. They said the way he touched them was not sexual. He invaded their space, something to that effect. I feel that instead of making him wanting to run, it's making him more hesitant to run. I wanted to mention that. Okay. Oh my God, time is flying. It's 7:21. Okay. I will, if you have any question on this topic, what I just mentioned, otherwise there are a couple of other things I will talk about. But and at 8:30, I'll take personal questions or whatever questions you have. Okay. I am gonna scroll. Lily Girl is asking, what is Bannon up to? Bannon is an external advisor when it comes to white supremacy and deconstructing the American government. Okay, and Bannon is traveling all over the world promoting white supremacy. That's what Bannon is doing. That's what Bannon wants. Bannon wants to. I don't think Biden believes in democracy. So Biden is running around with bad intention, but he's going to lose. So that's what Biden is up to. Hi, Ian. Good, thank you. How are you? Okay, let's see. Let me see the other question. Stephen, I would be surprised. In his mind, it's already done. But it carries so much risk. And you know what happened? Let me tell you. What's holding him back? The way Nancy Pelosi outplayed him and the price he paid? Yeah. That's what's holding Trump back from closing the border. First of all, a lot of not that it means anything, a lot of his advisors are telling him not to do it. Okay? And the way when he shut down the government, how that backfired pretty badly. So I would be surprised if he closes the border because it's going to be a disaster for him. You know what? He should close it. But on his mind, it's a fait accompli. He feels like, well, I'm going to do it. But now he's having second thought. The reason why I don't see. It feels like to me he'll back off because he'll be hurting a lot of people who voted for him. The economy will take a hit. He just shoots his mouth. If he does, that's going to cause major problem for him. I hope he doesn't. But I would be surprised if he does. I would be surprised if he closes the border. I don't think so. Because he's beginning to realize Well, people are reminding him when he closed down the government what happened. So yeah, that's what's holding him back, and that's going to be 90% the reason why he won't try to close down the government. I mean, close the border. But other than that, believe me, he would do it. Hi Sharon, how are you? Okay, Classy Bro is asking when do I feel Trump will be gone. Let me tell you, I feel within the next month or so, I felt it should have happened already. We may just wake up one day and he's gone. And I'm sorry, I repeated this maybe once or twice before this evening and once yesterday or twice yesterday. The hint is people around Trump, people from his campaign, are saying he doesn't want to campaign the way he used to, or that he doesn't want to travel or make two rallies a day. So to me, that's telling. So let's see what happens because, oh, the headline over the weekend and the New York Times was that Trump is tired because he has been under so much stress over the Mueller thing. Something like that. It's in the New York Times, yesterday's time, because I believe it was yesterday when I saw it. I'm like, oh boy. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, you know, there is more to this than we are being told. So that to me, bro, is a telltale sign that what we are seeing is completely different from what's going on behind the scenes. Okay. Artist is asking maybe he's healthy, he's taking it. Yeah. I mean, you know, Trump thought he was going to be president and be king. And all of a sudden, from day one, everybody all he's been getting, except for, those who are, except for Republicans, and the numbers are shrinking, okay? All he's been getting is curse words. Whenever he does anything, people curse at him. So if you look at Twitter, yeah, the blowback against Trump has been fierce. So Shiny says he doesn't sleep. I believe me, Shiny. I believe you. Okay. Somebody said, Sylvia says Trump is the oldest president ever, elected, and the fast and staffed. Oh, God. Oh, you're right. That's true. I didn't think about that. Nixon wasn't fat, and going and till Obama, all those guys were fit, very intelligent, because that's who I know. Yeah, Nixon, because I remember Nixon when I was a little guy. I was still growing. In Haiti. That was maybe a couple of years before I came here. Nixon drove by my house in the area where I grew up at. So I remember Nixon, and also from pictures. But I always remember Nixon driving through, and he stopped by some place, and then he got out of the car. So I caught a glimpse, but here from pictures, yeah. Oh, Nixon used to live up the street from me, people. I forgot that. I never saw him, but after he left the presidency, he lived about one town over. Nixon used to live in my area. I just remember that. So, but I never saw him. I lived in the area and I never saw him. Okay. But that's true. He's the fattest of them all. Too many hamburgers. Range Rover is saying Trump's health is starting to play a big role in all of this. Absolutely. That is true. Hi, Natasha. How are you? Please, everyone, don't forget to tap the thumbs up because they look at that. I would appreciate it. And if you need a reading, please visit my website or send me an email. Okay. Oh, hamburgers. I thought it was hamburgers. Thank you, Stephen. Hamburgers. I'm good, thanks, Natasha. Okay. Oh, I am good, thanks, Chef. I'm good, thanks. Chef is asking me in Creole, how am I doing? Okay. Oh, Mouse Maiden is talking about, yes, Mouse Maiden mentioned that, well, if you notice, Trump it does not only hire members of his family, he spreads this stuff around, Uh, people, let's say, for example, like Mouse Maiden mentioned, McConnell's wife works in the administration. All these people, that's how he manipulates these people, but I don't think they realize that until they find themselves and after they've been compromised, like they say compromat, Trump is like the Russians. You know what I mean? He gives you a job, a little something to get you going, and then before you know it, you are doing his bidding for him. That's exactly Mouse Maiden. That's correct. Okay. White House ghosts don't let him sleep. Oh yeah, those ghosts have a lot to talk to him about. Okay. Maru says the White House is going to is going to need an energetic cleansing. Oh, absolutely. Okay. And Adi said Nixon was very, very dangerous as well. Oh yeah, I understand that because he was basically like Trump, but better educated and a smoother operator. Nixon, well, unfortunately, he was a criminal. But Trump is the worst among them all, in my opinion. Well, I'm sure in the minds of a lot of people, because basically Trump Trump accepted help from our enemy, and we don't know. I feel Trump has made a couple of deals with Putin. Unfortunately, I can't prove it, but I'm sure at some point it's going to come out. It's worse than we think. That's what I feel. But once Trump leaves office, that's when we're going to find out how bad the damage is, because all these things, I don't know how it works, if it's counterintelligence or what it is, but there are ways of finding out the type of deals that Trump made with Putin and how he went about working with Putin. That's going to come out. Maybe after Trump is gone, but yes, it will come out. I am scrolling to... Okay. Oh, Mike says Trump told us he is the healthiest president. Of course. Yeah, we have a winner in the White House, people. This guy is amazing. Someone is asking about a Sue is asking what about Trump's children. So, except for Barron, I feel they all have problems. It's a matter of time. In fact, when the report, wait a minute, they are under the scope, the microscope already. I heard before I came on that they are being subpoenaed. So uh, the ball is rolling, in my opinion. But yes, I mean, and the way I see this family is done, and in a few years they're going to be spending so much money. Now, first of all, Trump does not have billions like he says. Okay, he has a lot of debts. And what I feel, they're going to be spending so much money defending themselves against New York State, any other states, and people suing them, and then legal challenge they're going to face from when they were in government. By the time they are done, they're going to be maybe worth a couple of millions, but not as much as they are worth today, and they're going to lose a lot of the fancy properties like Mar-a-Lago. I don't feel they're going to be able to keep Mar-a-Lago. But let's see what happens. Let's get him out. Let's get him out of the White House first. Tracy B says Nixon had a Democratic Congress, so things proceeded a little differently. That's true. You're right. Let's hope. Well, this time around, he has the Senate with him. But what I feel is going to happen, given everything we know already, and these people, let's say, for example, Ivanka, Kushner, and other, the other Trump those in his administration and those who left are going to testify in front of Congress. So that's not going to be a good look. And if they are taking the fifth or claiming executive privilege or something like that, I don't feel it's going to bode well. It's not going to look good. And there are a lot of people in Congress that can really. Have a good night, Edward. Going to make them look bad. So the coming few months, it's gonna be very challenging for that family, and they're gonna drag Don Jr. as well. Danielle is saying the Trump name will go down in history as scammers' lives. Absolutely. Okay, Duchess is asking me Felix Sater, Giuliani, all they work with Michael Cohen. Yes, linked to organized crime. Will he talk about Trump? That's the subject. All these people, Sater is gonna. That's why they're bringing Sater in front of Congress. Oh, and I feel Sater will sing. Sater he's not going to put himself on the line again, because remember, he doesn't want to go back to jail. He's been in jail, so yes. Let's see. Okay. Yayan says I think you're talking about Trump, yeah, and he would be in a very sad state after leaving, not after leaving, well, meaning leaving office. Not much pentacles left. Oh my God. Classy Bro is asking about Graham, and those guys are going to be voted out of office. It feels like to me. Oh, in fact, I saw in the news there is somebody challenging Graham. So let's keep our fingers crossed for 2020. Okay. Yeah, McConnell. Yeah, he's trying to. He's going to change the rules in order for him to add the judges faster. I wouldn't be surprised, but you know what? Uh, except for the incompetent ones, those people are going to want the independence, and people change. People's views change. So they can be conservative today, and tomorrow there's something that something happened, or intellectually they decide, you know what, the way I used to view things I don't think was right. I don't feel McConnell stacking up the courts with judges is going to be of any help. So yes, there are things they definitely like abortion and stuff like that, but I feel with having so many women in Congress and in power, I feel that's going to change as well, because it's all male. That's why they're trying to control women reproductive rights. But once the balance changes, yeah, that's going to bring some changes in that as well. That's how I feel. I don't know. We are sorry, Arlene. I hope you stay on top of that. So, Audrey is asking, is there any way to get rid of McConnell? Only one way, or he suffers a health setback, which is very possible. The other thing I don't know, I almost forgot to mention it. There is someone else I feel it may suffer some health issues as well, Barr. I don't know, for some reason, every time I see him, I feel there may be something, uh, he may suffer some health setback. Somebody, Mossman is asking if Russia bombed US, would Trump side with them? You know, I don't, I don't see that happening. Okay, but I mean, if Russia was to bomb the United States, it's the end, because we would retaliate so bad. I mean, we both have a lot of nuclear weapons, and we don't need that many to end the world. So it's a moot point whether Trump would side with them or not. But uh, in my frame of reference, anything Putin does, Trump will take his side. I don't know about bombing us, because if they were to bomb the United States, the world is end. That's the end. Georgiy Moon is asking what is stopping her from being financially secure. Georgie, let me tell you something. You know, uh, some of us, I don't know how much you know about astrology, okay? Some of us came this time around to have financial wealth and all the good things. Some of us have to struggle, unfortunately, okay? So, and once you know that, you can put yourself in a situation so that even if you suffer financial setbacks, you have something to fall back on. Okay? It's not because you're doing anything wrong. As long as you do everything right. Well, sometimes, not all the time. So every once in a while, we fell off the wagon. But I don't know if you have ever taken a look at your chart. I bet you're going to see this. But I feel you will manage to get on your feet. Okay. So, but that's the problem. I am scrolling again. Carol says Barr. Somebody says Barr has a gambling problem. I am not getting that, to be honest with you. Maybe, I mean, he probably does. I'm not getting it yet. So I can't say it's wrong, but I am not looking at those areas. Uh, well, I can see why someone may get him that way because what him taking this position, that's a gamble. So, and that makes sense. So I can't say no. Okay. Okay. Liz T is asking, when will her husband start working again? Uh, I am going to give you. I feel like saying 1 second. I feel like saying he's go. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like between now and June. Uh, who was that? Oh, Liz. Or Liz. Liz T, can you please call me? I feel like saying he's going. I don't know why I'm getting June. First and Flight is asking will about a new car. Why am I see a convertible First and Flight? Do you own a convertible? Okay, First and Flight, can you please call me? Somebody said she forgot about Trump's sister. Hi, this is Neelu. Hi, this is Neelu.
Hi, Liz.
I'm sorry, who's this, please?
Liz?
Hi, Liz. You're the one who asked me, what was the question again? I'm sorry, because after I should have called me and I was reading other questions. I'm kind of mixed up. Oh, you asked
About
me
my
about the
husband
husband.
working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Uh, okay, I feel like saying, okay, who was ill?
Um, he wasn't ill. He just hasn't been working for a year.
Okay, but was there someone who was not well?
No, he's well.
Not
He's
him,
fine.
not your husband, someone else.
Oh, I had also asked about my daughter Brittany. She's 26 and has a 5-year-old, and when she would find her person.
No. Was there someone who was not well in the family?
Oh, yes, my mom has Alzheimer's and she's bedridden.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure, you know what I mean, because we are all one in spirit. I knew
Yeah.
somebody wasn't well, and that's my way of validating, okay, what I am getting, okay, because I can sit here and answer a question and I don't know what I am talking about. You know what I mean? Now,
Yes, she's very ill.
I feel like, yeah, I can sense it. That's why I was asking. Now, is your husband looking And I feel
Yes.
like asking you one more thing. I'm going to ask you because I do astrology as well. I'm not an astrologer, but I just understand it and I can do it. How old is he?
He'll be turning 59. He'll be
Okay.
turning 60 actually in June.
Oh boy, yeah. Let me tell you what's going on, okay? You
Yeah.
can please Google it. It's not his fault. And if you go back to when he was in his late 20s, from 27, 28 till 32, you will see similarities between then and now, okay? He is going through his second Saturn return. And that's one of the most challenging time in our lives, okay? It's not his fault. Please Google it. Saturn, the planet Saturn, okay?
Okay.
Return, okay? We go through it at 29, 29 and a half, 59, 59 and a half. That's when it peaks. That's when the energy can get worse. But in the meantime, as it's coming, yeah, we get, our butts kicked. So that's what he's been going through. So the energy right now is dissipating. Tell him it's not his fault. It's just that if he goes back to when he was in his late 20s, you will see similarities between them and now. Keep going. I'm feeling June, even if he doesn't get something in June, he will get something, sometimes around the summer. Keep me posted because now the energy is getting less and less. The challenging energy, okay, is getting less and less. So opportunities, doors will open to him as Saturn moves away from where the position it was when he was born. Okay?
That makes sense.
Okay.
And what about my daughter? Because she's
I can
having a
only
hard
take
time.
one question. I'm sorry because
Okay.
somebody else is buzzing. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
You're very
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Good luck. God bless. Bye bye. Hang in there.
And I'll let you know too.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, please do. Absolutely. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. All right.
Hello. Oh, person left. Okay. Whoever was calling, I forget who I asked to call me. Please call back. Okay. You're very welcome, classy bro. Okay. Hi, Cherry Path. How are you? I've not said hi to you in a little while because I've been in the talking mode. Sorry. Hi, this is Neelu.
Hi, Neelu. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right.
That's-
This is Janice Quick.
I'm
I
sorry?
was wanting to know. This is Janice Quick.
Okay. Did I ask you to call?
Yeah.
Did I ask you to
I
call?
was wanting to know, and I was wanting to ask you a question.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I mean, I will answer your question, but we have to do this in the proper order. I have to ask people to call me so that you know next time, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. What's your question, please? She left. Oh, boy. I'm sorry, I didn't catch the person's name that just called me. I didn't mean for you to hang up. I was going to answer your question. Sorry about that. Whoever I was talking to can call me back. Hi, this is Neelu. Hello. Amy says I handled this well. I sometimes I feel so bad. I'm not sure I'm handling it the right way. So thank you. Someone just called me. I don't know who that was. Okay. Hi, this is Neelu.
Hello.
Hi. Who is this, please?
Okay, whoever was calling, that's who I asked for.
I can't hear you. Thank you, Cherry Path. Hi, this is Neelu.
Hi, Neelu. This is First in Flight.
I'm sorry, who's this, please?
First in Flight.
Oh, yeah.
Justin.
I'm sorry. Okay, what was your question, please?
I was asking you about a new vehicle.
Yeah, what's with a convertible?
I don't have a convertible.
Okay, I don't know why. Oh, anybody close to you owns or used to own a convertible?
Yes, I have a friend of mine that own a convertible.
Okay. Do you ride in it sometimes? Because as the minute you, or were you in it recently? Because the minute you asked me about that, I saw the convertible. Okay. I feel like saying between now and the summer, you will get your car. And who owns the blue car?
I own a blue car.
Okay. Yeah, you will get your car. That's too validated that I am, I gave you two validations. And the next reference is, where's your mom?
She's in Carolina.
Oh, okay. Call mom and say hi, okay? If you have not said hi in a while. Okay, good luck to you, man. Have fun.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Mm.
Okay. Who's next? Sherry is asking everyone for prayers. I'm sorry, Sherry. We'll definitely keep you in our prayers, okay? So please, everyone, say a prayer for Sherry, who's having heart and lung issues. Okay, so hang in there, Sherry. Don't lose, don't get discouraged. Work with the doctors as well. Okay. I'm scrolling, looking for the next question. Oh yeah, Copy's mom says Mercury went direct. Copy's mom. That's why everything is like, everything that we thought we knew or some people thought they knew is like, it seems like what we thought is looking different now. Yes, thank you, Copy's mom. Mercury went direct on the 28th. That's why. Okay. Yayan is saying she's waiting for her dream job at her workplace, at my old workplace. Yayan. Okay, Yayan, I'm seeing keys. Can you please tell me why? Yayan, can you please call me? I would be surprised. Here's the number, Yayan. Please call me. I don't know if you're in the States. Otherwise, I'm seeing a set of keys. I don't know what you did there. If that involves keys, okay. But I feel that your chances of getting it back is very small, though. Okay, but keep trying. Hi, Susan. Hi, you're very welcome, Susan. Okay, there's another reason why I do these. Not only I do readings, small readings like that for two reasons. It's a way of giving back, but also I feel it gives me, a bit of legitimacy. I mean, not legitimacy, but it shows to people what I can do. Because a lot of people are saying, well, you just post videos, you probably don't know what you're talking about. I being able to sit here and read over the phone, or I see someone in the chat and I give them a message. You can't really do that if you are not gifted. So that is so that people know that, I am not just sitting here talking because somebody posted it. I mean, it didn't bother me one bit. But the person told me I was a fake. I'm like, oh yeah, in any event, that's to show the people I am not just sitting here talking. There is something behind all this. Okay, everyone. Oh, I'm sure I'm not for those in the chat. Thank you, and I appreciate your support. I know that. And that it's not those who have been supporting me for over a year now, and I do appreciate your support. Okay. I'm gonna have to scoot. It's 9 o'clock. Those of you who I didn't have a chance to answer your question, please next time. Oh, well, when I say next time, I mean Monday. I am not sure. I may squeeze in a session depending on how busy things get during the week, because there is potential for me to get very busy. I may squeeze in, or I'll probably do something over the weekend. But I will post and let everyone know maybe a few hours before I come on. So I will answer those questions. In any event, have a good night, everyone. Have a great week. I will see you on Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock. Have a good night. Bye.